Hello, Brian the Fanboy here, and today I'm gonna talk about Cousin Skeeter. Now, Cousin Skeeter was this TV show that used to be on Nickelodeon. Uh, it first aired on September of '98. I was 12 years old at the time, and it ran until somewhere in July of, or maybe it was August, but in the summer of 2001. And yes, I was 12 years old, when the show first aired. And the series lasted for 3 seasons. Now, well, Cousin Skeeter is about, well, like the title, a character named Skeeter. But I get up more about him in a little bit. You know, well, this series will mostly featured the Parker family, and well, there's the father Andre, the mother Vanessa, their son Bobby, he's a teenager, and also Skeeter, who is Bobby's cousin. Now, the family, Bobby and his parents moved to an apartment in New York, all the way from Los Angeles, and Skeeter came to live with them because, well, the parents thought that he would be a good influence on Bobby, but well, they kind of got him wrong. But I'll get to that in a bit. Also, well, it's revealed that before they moved, Bobby wasn't doing very well at school. Like not doing his homework like he's supposed to, and they moved to New York, in hopes that there'd be improvement. And well, Bobby he wasn't happy about the move, in the first episode, and his father would tell him if he had done his homework back in Los Angeles, then things would have been different. Now, for Skeeter, for Skeeter, he is a puppet. The rest of the family are humans, but Skeeter is the only one in the family who is a puppet, and he was voiced by Bill Bellamy. Now, this was really interesting the entire series, and probably the audience, had to pretend that he's like everybody else. And I think the reason for him being a puppet was probably because it's supposed to appeal to kids, and I mean, I think when I was a kid, I did like watching shows with puppets in it, like Sesame Street, The Muppet Show, and so on. Plus, I think it's also because there are situations in the series that will be too dangerous or even impossible for a human to do. And with a puppet, there's certain things you can do because a puppet is not alive to begin with. Also, Skeeter is very sensitive about his height because of how short he is, and whenever somebody calls him Munchkin or anything like it, he will go on a rage. Now, another character who's on the show is a girl Anita, who's also a teenager, and she's human. And now, but when Puppy first met her, he starts having a crush on her. Yes, and well, Skeeter noticed how much Puppy likes Nina, and he did everything he can to help his cousin out. But he didn't always. It's not just with Nina, but he would help Bobby out. But and other stuff, like competitions and work. anything. And even though, in as much as as Skeeter try to help Bobby in certain situations, well, it usually leads to hijinks, and Bobby would get mad, for the trouble Skeeter started causing, but despite the problems Skeeter always starts, he always comes through for Bobby in the end, and gives Bobby credit, for all the good works that he's done, because that's how much he cares about his cousin. And oh, another thing about the series is that, well, in many episodes there are little celebrities. Like there was a Christmas episode with they featured Usher, and see, and there was an Opus episode that featured a famous wrestler, and I forgot his name, but well, in the show, Skeeter claimed that he knows them, and Bobby would say that well, he wouldn't believe Skeeter, about him knowing these celebrities, but eventually it turns out that he wasn't lying, that he does know him, mostly about Skeeter saving their lives. And I remember in this wrestling episode, well, about the things that are too dangerous for a human to do. Well, sorry, I was thinking how funny that thing was, but well, Bobby was, I think he was signing for wrestling, and well, this famous wrestler, well, he wanted to show Bobby moves, but he wasn't going to do them on Bobby. He wanted to do them on Skeeter, and of course, he wouldn't do them on Bobby, even the actor who plays him, because they're probably too dangerous, and well, all he did every move known in the wrestling world on Skeeter. And since Skeeter's a puppet, well, there's no way Skeeter could be harm in real life because puppets are just toys. Now, around the end, after the end of the, oh yeah, forgot to mention, there was also this crossover special between Cousin Skeeter and Keenan and Kel. I forgot to mention that on my Keenan and Kel video a while back, but yes, and that special, well, oh yeah, Bobby, Nina, and Skeeter went to I think this ranch, and eventually they made up with Keenan and Kel. And it was supposed, like I said before, it's a crossover between the two shows. Of course, unlike their shows, didn't have any laugh tracks or wasn't even live in front of the audience. It was more like a TV movie, but only lasted for an hour. And of course, there was their hijinks, but eventually things got better at the end. Now, and around the end of the second season, which is a well, there was this TV movie that also plays as the final three episodes of season two, called New Kids on the Planet, and a new character was introduced called oh yeah, Nicole. And when Skeeter, Bobby, and Nina met her, Skeeter ended up having a crush on Nicole. And another thing is that Nicole is also a puppet, a female puppet that is attached. So yes, so after two seasons of Bobby wanted Bobby having a crush on Nina and found, well, I don't know if it's this season or the next one, but now it was Skeeter's turn to have a to pursue a girl he likes. I mean, there were other girls he liked in the previous seasons, but I guess in a way, Nicole Nicole was Skeeter's Nina. Yes, and well, in that TV movie, which later aired as a three-part episode, well, the kids went to well the space camp in Florida, and well, Skeeter, always with his hijinks, kind of because him and his friends to go inside the circus ship, and well, they went into space and landed on a faraway planet. And of course, they had an adventure there, met aliens, and eventually they came back to Earth where they met Men in Black. But well, as the other characters who were played by Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones in the movie, they were not played by the same actors. They were played by different people instead. I think they're kind of like live action versions of the cartoon ones from back in the 90s, something like that. And of course, they wanted to use the neuralizer so the kids forget the adventures they had. To keep this whole life outside Earth a secret. Of course, since Skeeter didn't look because he was too busy talking to Nicole, he was the only one left who remembered the entire adventure. And then we get to season three, and I don't think I did watch much of that. Not because I didn't like the show anymore, but well, I don't recall why. Maybe because was watching something else, or I mean there was other stuff I was doing. I don't remember, but I only remember a few episodes. I mean, parts from a few episodes, but I mostly remember watching the first two seasons, and then yeah, after season nine was over, I mean season three was over. 9 episodes. Well, cousin Skeeter wouldn't make any more episodes, and well, I don't remember how long reruns were airing Nickelodeon, but yeah. So anyway, I did like watching cousin Skeeter on Nickelodeon. Back when it's still on, and well, I don't know where you can watch these episodes, but you can search for where you can find them, and this is kids would like it too. I mean, the stuff that's on Casa Skeeter, well, it's a lot better than what's on show, what's on shows and movies for kids and these days. I mean, so yes, Cousin Skeeter was a yeah, was a funny show, and I think that's all I can say about this series on this video. And also, please subscribe to my channel because it will help me a lot. And also, please share this video on social media like Facebook, Twitter, or whatever. So that's it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.